All right, hello Sabre fans. Sorry, I had to restart the broadcast. So if you were on before, you had to jump off and jump back on. I did not have audio, and I know you want to hear my voice that has a nice cold to it. We're about a minute under warm-ups left with your Shakopee Sabres taking on the New Prague Trojans tonight here in one of their final district games of the season. See if we can move our microphone, get it a little bit better here. Boom, boom. All right. Just 1 second left on the clock. There's the buzzer. So we missed most of the warm-ups, but the game is about to get underway here at Shakopee Ice Arena, the home of the Sabres, as they clean up the pucks. District game, like I said, the Sabres taking on the New Prague. All right, pucks are cleaned up now. Both teams go into their respective nets to do their little stick-tap stuff. And we'll be underway 3 13-minute periods for this district game. Just going to pull up and see what our respective records are. Had it up for a moment. All right. All right, so Shakopee sitting at 5-5-4 for district play. New Prague is actually sitting at 7-8, so ahead of Shakopee. And there's the face-off picked up by Giesecke. Giesecke dumps it in, gets all the way down to the end line behind the goal, and the Sabres go to work deep in the zone. See if I can zoom in a little bit there for you, get a little bit better play. Along the far boards, they pull it up and off, and they get it up and out of the zone. Kuiper bats it ahead, but picked up by New Prague. March in, and a glove save by Lincoln Anderson, who's starting the game in net. 12:32 remains in this first period. All right, just getting underway. We had a game right before this, and so I'm trying to move all over everywhere to get there. There's another save by Anderson at 12:28, and another hold and stoppage for a whistle. Let's see here. I do not see that the Sabres have played New Prague yet, so this is their first meeting of the season, actually. So we don't know any comparison there as far as how they'll match up. But New Prague currently holds a little bit better record in the District 6 standings. Here, Sabres pick it up. That's Chesbo batting it up towards Johnson. And we have Ash skating hard. Ash deflected it up and into the bench of the Trojans. All right, I'm not sure what's going on down here. Oh, we got a little bit of action for the Bantam B1 team, who just won a decisive victory in their final district play, taking down Chaskachan 6-0. That makes them number 2 seed at the Bantam B1 level for your Sabres. So Mom's over there cheering, doing some fun stuff. I'm filming this game. Save by Anderson, pushed aside, now picked up behind the net by Giesecke. Giesecke sends it over towards Flom. Flom skates towards the puck, but kept in by New Prague. They send it wide and gets out of the zone. Flom back after benching himself for about a week due to illness. He had a severe cold. Now has been under medication for a while and is back out skating. So good to see the team back at full strength. Here, Giesecke gathers it up. Oh, he tried to get it over to the front side. Bielke was there, now picked up from Kuiper. Kuiper wraps it around, and Flom sticks with it and battles. He had the help from Culver, but New Prague able to bat it down deep into the zone. Picked up by Kuiper behind the net. He wraps it around over to Bielke. Bielke loses footing, stays with the play, and now can't regather the puck. Giesecke tried to make a play for it. There, Anderson had to get down to make a save, and now here's Culver picking up the puck, and Culver off to the races. He's got Flom to his far side, but he loses the puck at the red line. Flom bats it up and away for a moment to change direction. Now New Prague loses it, and Lewis picks it up. Lewis skating in, and Lewis loses the puck as Flom goes for a change. Otherwise, he would have been deep in the zone as well. New Prague comes in as the Sabres make their full change. Violet picks that up. Gonna have to zoom out, I think. I'm not keeping track. There was a tap by Erdahl, goes in on net, and forced play by the New Prague goaltender. Erdahl deep in the zone. Bravo picks it up. Bravo taps it up over the stick of the Trojans, and Lewis now on that side throws it up off the back of the goaltender. Lewis now can't settle it down, so sends it out to Violet. Violet quickly sends it back in. Here we have Erdahl spinning, uses the boards, feeds it up to Lewis. Lewis tried to center over to the backside to Bravo. Now up to Lewis again. Lewis tried to center once again. Bouncing puck, can't be corralled. There's Erdahl setting one in on net just a little bit wide. And now up off the board, spun, and Erdahl keeps it in. Bravo back deep. He's all alone. He's got Lewis there. Bravo spins. Lewis posted up front. Bravo tied up. Now out to the point to Violet. Violet sends one in. Bouncing puck just wide of the net. And now here is Erdahl out to Violet. Violet able to hold the line and now gets his foot in the lane. Lewis deep. Sabres with a lot of offensive zone time here. Now Bravo picks it up on the near corner. Out to Erdahl. Erdahl shot. He got tied up right as he tried to unleash that shot. And now Violet able to keep the zone once again. Bravo now on his backhand. He's forcing his way deep. He gets stripped of the puck, but Erdahl picks it up. Erdahl, centering opportunity, goes on the enemy's stick. Good action by the Sabres, but unfortunately nothing on the scoreboard to show for it. Tie up as everyone goes fallen. We're going to zoom out just a little bit. There's the first little bit Anderson seen in a while. Deflects off of Erdahl's stick. This is a long shift now for the Sabres. And poked ahead by Violet and gathered up by Lewis. Lewis hits the blue line. He's just going to kind of dump it softly and go for a change. New Prague misses the connection, but catches up to it now. And that's Giesecke stripping the puck of the puck carrier. And collision on the near boards. Puck out front center. Esch picks that up. He clears it out in front, but New Prague turns it right over. There's a swat by Chesbo, who's able to take that away for a moment. New Prague tried to throw it back in. They're battling along the near boards. Picked up now by Johnson. Johnson trips over his own two left feet, and a centering opportunity not connected, and now sent back in, blocked by Kuiper. And there's a bat ahead by Lenkeek. Lenkeek able to take it away for a moment, but New Prague cycles it back around. They miss the connection. Kuiper swipes in and gets to it. And now just through the feet of Johnson and down the length of the ice. There's icing at 7:15 of the first period. Not good to have a cold while having to talk all of the time. So if I cough a little bit, I apologize for you folks at home. All right, we got, looks like Culver lined up at the dot. Too many men for New Prague. New Prague's now shifting around to go center. All right, so Culver at the dot. He wins it over to the side. Picked up by Bielke. Bielke gets stripped of the puck. Lenkeek first to the puck. He bats it around. New Prague tried to do a spinneroo, and that's pushed to the outside. Culver pressuring, able to keep that shot to the outside. There's Bielke gathering that up. He's got Trojan on either side of him on those far boards. Puck bounces up, and Lenkeek able to just steer it aside. Here's Violet wrapping it around towards the direction of Flom. New Prague able to try to pick that up now in the direction of Bielke. Bielke outskates the puck. Got a sticky puck situation. He tried to feed Culver, who was floating up high, but instead New Prague sends it back the other direction. Lenkeek tries to tie up, and their Flom gets a stick on it and makes the shot go up and over the net and ahead of Anderson. Played up along the far boards, bounced off, and there Culver got his stick on it and got it tapped out of the zone. New Prague quickly hurries to get back on side. Bielke swats at it, able to disrupt the puck carrier, and Bielke tries to turn. He loses the puck on the far boards. Sent in wide of the net. Anderson got his stick on the passing lane, and now Anderson down, gobbles that up like Hungry Hungry Hippo. I don't know which microphone is out. One of the microphones is out. I'm going to try and reset it. Check, 1, 2. Check. All right, let's see if that reset it now. Puck is loose behind the net. Now spun around on the near boards. That is stripped of the puck, of his stick by Bravo. Loses it. I don't know what it hit off of. Now Bravo legging it past and gets up to Lewis. Lewis tried to work with Bravo, but the puck was not cooperating. 5:27 left in the first period. There's Lewis. Oh, body and goal for your Sabres. That was, I think, Erdahl coming in after Bravo and Lewis marched in, putting the Sabres up 1-0 at 5:21 of the first period. All right, we're going to keep the same ones out there for the Sabres. Kuiper sends it over to the far boards. And that's Lewis stripping it ahead. Lewis steals the puck away. Lewis has Bravo to his left. Lewis goes to Bravo. Bravo shot. Bounces up and finished by Lewis. Goal for your Sabres. That's Lewis from Bravo at 5:08. 2 quick goals put your Sabres up 2-0. All right, coach is electing to keep this same line out. We'll call this our scoring line today. All right, Erdahl wins it right over to Lewis. Now picked up by Giesecke. Giesecke pulls it off the boards. Giesecke marches through, dumps it in after he gets past the red line. Now Bravo hard charging into this corner. Bravo gets the skates in the passing lane, and there's Erdahl picking it up as well. Erdahl and Bravo keep it deep. Erdahl picks it up behind the goal line. Erdahl backhands it. He wanted to get out to the point to Giesecke, but New Prague interrupted that. Held for a moment. That was Kuiper, but now New Prague picks it up. Oh, they tap it just as they pull it in offsides. Giesecke back to play the puck. He is annoyed by New Prague as he tried to clear, and now bounced up off of Erdahl and into the bench for a whistle and stoppage of play. Again, sorry, I'm nursing a cold, so if I cough, I apologize for everyone listening and watching at home. Shot in just wide of the net. Anderson down, watching it the whole way, but sliding the other direction. Now picked up and kept in the zone. There was a good stick by Lenkeek, and Johnson hustling to try to catch up to it. Reversed, and Chesbo feeds it to Johnson. Johnson just dumps it deep into the zone, and New Prague back to catch it. There's Esch chasing after it. Lenkeek pulled it on his stick, but it directed just out and out of the zone. And now New Prague, oh, good stick by Violet. Swipes it out of the zone, lands it right on the stick of Johnson. Johnson marching in on the far side. He throws it wide of the net and off the back of the goal. New Prague shifts it up and around, out to Violet. Violet's got some time. He sends one back towards the end boards. Chesbo is there. Chesbo avoids a check, sends one out, goes just under or over the stick of Esch, and now Violet holds the zone. Violet has 2 shots blocked, and now he just retreats and dumps it deep. Now Chesbo behind the goal line, centers to Johnson, and goal for your Sabres! That was Johnson from Chesbo at 3:26 of the first period. All right. 3 quick goals here midway through the first period give your Sabres a 3-0 lead over their district opponents, New Prague. Bielke races in. New Prague able to strip the puck up and out. And now that was Kuiper making a move. New Prague in, all alone, shot, and saved by Anderson. He gobbles it up and makes the ref blow his whistle. Big save by Anderson to keep that 3-goal lead intact. 3:14 left, first period. Shot towards the net, trickles just wide, and now cleared around by Kuiper up to Flom. Flom had it on his stick and then off his skate. Now picked up by Culver. Culver tries to feed. Nope, he carries himself, but not up and out of the zone. So New Prague holds the zone, at least for now. Kuiper swipes and misses, picked up now by Culver. Culver skates around one New Prague player. Culver gets past the blue line. He's off to the races, one-on-one. He's got the support of Bielke just to his left. Oh, and Culver throws one just up and wide. Flom picks it up on the near boards. Flom sends one towards and deflected by Bielke, but just wide. And New Prague has somebody cherry picking. Thankfully, Kuiper read that and got back. Kuiper wraps it around the end boards. Over to the direction of Culver and Flom, and they battle, and now up to the stick of Flom. Flom finds some open ice, gets it up to Culver. Culver bats it ahead. Culver has a breakaway if he can get his momentum going. Culver, oh, good back checking by New Prague, steals that opportunity away from the Sabres. Lewis now fresh on the ice, battles in. Culver's going for a change. Lenkeek steps up, and New Prague finds some open ice and gets it up and out as the Sabres were caught on a change. Hard charging was Violet, and now Lenkeek picks it up, gets to center ice, and Flom picks it up, bats it ahead. New Prague able to get it up and out of the zone quickly, and now Sabres good at the line. They send it rink wide into the zone for a moment. Flom going for a change, and now in hustling. Shot just goes wide. I think Anderson might have got a leg pad on that to tap that wide. Bothered is Bravo, but he comes out with the puck from behind the goal line. Bravo tries to backhand it up and out of the zone. Sent in, deflected up instead of towards the net. Here's Lenkeek now picking that up. Lenkeek bats it along the boards. Bravo was making a play for it, but New Prague able to hold that blue line. Erdahl finds rink wide over to Lewis. Lewis tries to repay over to Bravo, but New Prague turns that over. Now Bravo picks it up once again along the near boards. He's got Erdahl as support. Sabres good at the line, and Erdahl battling with one New Prague player. 59 seconds left in this first period. Now leaves it for Bravo. Bravo pressured. Bravo gets spun around just a little bit. No hooking call. Lenkeek throws one towards the net. Just hits off the side of the net. And now up and held by Erdahl once again. Erdahl sends it down deep to Bravo. Bravo looks to center, and there is a first penalty of the game. That is Lewis getting taken down with 38 seconds. So your Sabres going on a power play with 38 seconds left in the first period. All right, Johnson over to Chesbo. Chesbo out to Violet. Violet, all the time in the world. He shoots, and it was deflected up high and wide. Goaltender did not see that. Centering opportunity, gets sent wide. And now spinning, that was Esch trying to throw one towards the net, but it just missed the target. There's a shot in on goal by Lenkeek and covered up by the New Prague goaltender, who is taller than both refs. All right, same thing. Johnson wins it over to Chesbo. Chesbo feeds it out to Lenkeek. Lenkeek spins it right over to a calling Violet. Violet, nice shot in. Glove down by the New Prague defense. 7 seconds left. Lenkeek tries to spin it over to Violet. Violet's got to get a quick shot off. Violet just dumps it down deep, and the Sabres will take a 3-goal lead into the second period as time expires in this first period. Sabres lead 3-0 after 1 against New Prague. We'll be back right after this.
One hot and ready classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed! They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza.
All right, we're back. Second period action about to get underway. 23 seconds left in the intermission. Sabres will have a 53-second power play when play resumes for the second period. If you want pizza, you could order it now. Have it delivered to your house before the end of the game. Courtesy of Little Caesars. Pizza, pizza. All right, there's the buzzer. Time is up. 13 minutes on the clock for period number 2. All right. Sabres going from left to right on your radio dial. Anderson taking his crease for the start of this second period. Looks like we got Culver, Bielke, and Flom up front with Giesecke and Kuiper back. Culver tries to win it ahead. Now Flom picks it up at the blue line. Flom marching in. Sabres shorthanded. Flom throws one in. Blocker save by the goaltender and sent aside. And now played up. Flom interrupted that pass up and out of the play, but New Prague marches in shorthanded. Now backhanded and cleared. And there is Kuiper losing his stick as that got batted out of his hand. Flom's going to pick that up in the near or far corner. He misses the target, but they're going to get a friendly whistle and blown offsides with 12:31 left in the second period. A barrage of scoring from the Sabres. 3 goals in just over a minute of the gameplay, I believe, in that first period. Puts your Sabres up 3-0. Bravo gets tripped up, and he hit his head, I think, as he landed on his back. Bravo now up and going back into the play. He's trying to come up, sneak up from behind. Sent wide of the net by New Prague. They're shorthanded for another 5 seconds, and now picked up by Bravo. Bravo marches ahead, but loses the puck right along the boards. New Prague back at full strength. Now it's Lewis picking it up. Lewis marches through some Trojans, but loses the puck. He tries to just center. Can't get through to anybody. Erdahl now behind the goal line. Tries to get it over towards Lewis. That puck drops up and over his stick. And now New Prague comes out, but Lenke playing back smartly, able to redirect that puck. Bravo along the far boards gets stripped of the puck as he had 2 New Prague players all over him. There is Bravo stealing that puck away, at least for a moment. And now New Prague flops one up and high, and that's going wide, so that'll be icing if it makes it. Oh, that was a bad call. That should have been icing. He was skating the whole way, but the referee's giving a friendly call to the Trojans. Sorry, that camera was up a little bit high. Here's Lewis picking that up. Oh, he tried to headman pass that up to Bravo. Stripped at center ice by New Prague. New Prague with a candy cane stick. Haven't seen a tape job like that since mice. Lewis gets his puck stripped, or stick stripped from him. Now up along the near boards, hops over New Prague, and here's Bravo trying to catch up to it. Bravo gathers that up. Bravo in all alone. Bravo shot. Oh, deflects wide, and Bravo tried to center. Lewis was there, but it just didn't get to Lewis's stick. And now up, Giesecke slows up that puck for a moment. Now Kuiper in, battling. Offsides. There's the whistle. Good whistle, referees. 10:29 left in the second period. New Prague carried the puck in, offsides. All right, Johnson, Chesbo, Esch up front. Johnson won it towards the direction of Chesbo, but New Prague able to dump it in softly into the zone. Now picked up by New Prague along the far side. Giesecke next to Anderson circles it around over towards the direction of Esch. Now up, and New Prague has an opportunity. Shot on goal and cleared away. And now here's Esch picking it up. Esch tries to feed Johnson. Johnson just can't corral that puck. And now picked up by Chesbo. Chesbo marches in. Chesbo shot On net, leg pad save by New Prague. Up to the near boards, held by Esch and popped out to Johnson. Now Chesbo pulled it to his forehand, but just couldn't get the shot off before New Prague turned it over. Here's Giseki sending one in wide off the boards. There should be icing. Oh, there was a whistle. Okay. 9:33. Sabres ice it with a bad angle. All right, it looks like Anderson is coming off. That means Johnson. Nope, let's see. I don't know. Anderson wants to come off. Johnson not ready. There's Brody. Here we go. So Anderson, perfect through 1.5 for the Sabres. Brody Johnson arrested from the bench, out to take the crease for the remainder of the game. All right, Culver got it over towards Flom. Flom feeds it right back to Culver, up and out of the zone, but New Prague able to regather that play into the feet of Bielke. Now Flom picks it up. Flom circles, finds Culver. Culver avoids a New Prague player, loses it right in front of Little Caesars. Pizza. And now bats into the skates, and now there's Lenkeek sending it up towards the direction of Flom, but New Prague able to shift it back down into the offensive zone for themselves. Now wrapped around. There is Violet sending it up towards Bielke. Bouncing puck. There's Lenkeek. Great defensive work to be good position. Sent in. Lenkeek tied up his player, and now up. New Prague tries to get one in, but that was Violet with a great stick in the shot lane. Now Violet races in. New Prague is good at the line. Lenkeek sends one back towards center ice. We have Culver trying to disrupt the puck carrier. Lenkeek goes over to Violet. Violet slaps one up towards Bielke, but New Prague tries to turn it over. Back to Lenkeek. Lenkeek looks for more open ice, finds Flom on the far side. Flom loses it as New Prague attacks right away, and they dump it deep. 8:15 left in the second period. Wrapped around, there's Bielke getting spun around on the near boards. New Prague able to hold his own. Loose out front, cleared away by Lenkeek. And now gobbled up by Bielke, up and out of the zone and swatted back in. There's an offsides whistle with 7:59 left in the second period. All right. Johnson wins it over to Chesbo. Chesbo spun around and got it up and out of the zone. And now that is Kuiper batting it ahead. And there's Lewis digging deep, skating hard. He's got himself an opportunity. Sends it just wide. And now sent in on the net. Picked up off the back of the net by New Prague. Looking for some open ice, skates around. There's Erdahl pressuring. Giseki able to hold his zone. He gets it to the stick of Erdahl. Erdahl marches in, shot, leg pad saved by New Prague. And now Chesbo behind the goal line. Unable to corral the puck. Now Lewis takes it away. Lewis backhands it towards the net, but interrupted by New Prague. And they look to carry out, but quickly back on sides. Lewis cuts around and leaves it for Chesbo. Chesbo, hard shot and glove saved by New Prague with 7:10 left in the second period. All right, New Prague carries up and out. Johnson following him the whole way, forces the dump into the zone. Violet picks that up behind Brody and sent around to Esch. Esch finds Oliver sidesteps. He's got, I don't even know who took that shot. Was that Culver who took that shot? Nice feed by Johnson over to Culver. But New Prague's goaltender able to take that away. Loose at center ice, now gathered up. There's that candy cane stick again. Man. Played into the zone. Good at the line by your Sabres. Now New Prague able to pull it up and out. Johnson just backhands it softly just to the blue line where New Prague picks that up. Johnson with his feet in the way. He picks it up, and he has a little bit of lane if he can get around. He gets around. Johnson in. Tied up. Shot goal for your Sabres. That was a goal. It's on video. That was a really bad call by these refs. What? It was off the back of the net. I'm leaving the goal up there. These refs really got that wrong. Really. Goal by the Sabres at 6:05. I'm going to have to take it off because the refs were not watching the game. So Sabres have 4 goals. Only 3 have counted so far. And that's Flom marching up. Flom gets pushed to the outside. He's got Bielke with him. Flom dumps it deep and kind of retreats as now, Bielke in on the play. Flom loses an edge. Bielke goes after the puck along the near boards. Bielke, good play. He's got support now by Erdahl. Bielke pulls it off the boards. Out to our defense is floating out high. There's Giesecke. Taps one into the zone. Sabres already good at the line. All right, now picked up by Flom in the neutral zone. Flom just sends one up towards Bielke. New Prague quickly gets it up and out of the zone. I really hope I have that goal on camera because that was a good goal by the Sabres. Just stolen away from Oliver Jensen. Oh, and now the Sabres going on the penalty kill. These refs don't like us. Trip the call at 4:52 of the second period. All right, so that's Giesecke going to the box for tripping at 4:52 of the second period. Shot in on goal. That was gloved down by Johnson. Bounced out of his glove and kept into the zone by New Prague. Now along the near boards, gathered up by Chesbo. Chesbo uses the boards. Johnson hard charging to catch up to it before icing. He gets there. Johnson slows up, waits for support, sends one towards the net, off the side of the net. Now New Prague spins it around. Nobody home for the Sabres. Now Lenke tried to go D to D and fanned on that. Candy cane in. Glove save by Johnson. .418 left in the second period. Sabres on a penalty kill for another 57 seconds. Bounced up and over. If Bravo can get going, he's got himself a shorthanded opportunity. He does. Bravo now gets caught up to. Bravo sends one in. Loose on the side. He loses an edge and goes into the end boards. New Prague picks that up. And New Prague, there was Lewis trying to tie up. And that's Kuiper tying up. Flom back at D. Plays it up to Bravo. Bravo now dumps it deep. That's going to kill off most of the rest of this penalty. Lewis in. Lewis can't quite get there, but Bravo picks it up. Bravo shot on net. Deflects aside by the goaltender's pads. There's Lewis tangling with New Prague. New Prague picks it up behind their goal. They try to wrap it around the near boards. Flom able to hold the zone. Flom steps up, keeps the zone in. Now he's still battling. He moves it ahead deep into the zone. Flom stays with the play, spins, sends it right through the goal line. Stick saved by the New Prague goaltender. And New Prague forced to just dump it down as their penalty has expired. So icing at 3:17 sends it deep into the offensive zone for your Sabres. Time for some advertising. Pizza. It was 100% off the back. That's very bad refereeing. All right, there's Ash battling with New Prague. Forced up to the near boards. Now up just past Lenke. Lenke battles. Good footwork. Gets it back up and out of the zone. Here's Johnson. battling it, pulling it off the boards. And Johnson once again has a breakaway. Johnson, this time denied by the goaltender. Johnson had a backside opportunity if he would have just kept skating with the puck and probably tapped it in on the backside, but took the point-blank shot. We'll get a face-off deep in the offensive zone. Good heads-up play by Oliver. All right, Oliver at the face-off dot. He tried to win it over towards Chesbo. New Prague able to get it up out of the zone, and now Candy Cane once again stripped of the puck, this time by Esch. And now picked up Johnson. Johnson gets tied up as he tried to march in on yet another breakaway opportunity. Picked up behind the goal line by Violet. Sent across, and Lenke tried to return the favor over to Violet. Johnson gobbles up the puck. He didn't like what was happening, and at 2:24, we have a whistle and stoppage of play. Oh, tough. Sorry for coughing in the camera, guys. All right, along the far boards, Flom gets tied up, and now Culver gets it up and out of the zone. Flom and Culver work in tandem. Flom carries. Flom is into the zone. He's got Bielke there. Oh, if that rebound would have went over, Bielke would have had an open net. Kuiper misses the puck as it came out to the line. Giesecke first back, hard charging. Giesecke loses the puck, and now point-blank shot, and now sent wide by New Prague. Johnson made the initial save. Puck got out away from him and got the luck of the Irish there to keep that out of the back of the net. There's good footwork by Culver to block that shot, and now Giesecke gets his feet in the shot lane, and now Johnson smartly gobbles that puck up and covers for a whistle with 1:37 left. Sounds like it's country night here at the arena. All right, 1:37 left in the second period. Your Sabres lead 3-0. That was the score at the start of the period after the good goal was disallowed by the refs because they didn't see it. Bravo chips that up ahead. Lewis gathering it up. Lewis has his stick lifted. He's got Bravo there. Sabres not on sides there. Sent back. Erdahl tries to catch up to it. He's tied up as well. And the Sabres send it in deep. Violet back to pick that up behind the goal line. Violet finds Lewis. Lewis met from the backside by New Prague. There, Lenke pressured. Wraps it around over to Lewis again. Lewis backpedals, tries to send it up. It's a bouncing puck at the line. That is Erdahl getting tied up, and now shot towards the net. Johnson makes a save, clears his sight line, and covers up the puck. Ugh. Cough, cough, cough. All right. Who do we got? Who do we got? Johnson, Oliver at the dot with Chesbo. And Johnson carries. Johnson tries to go wide. He able to get wide, but he loses some momentum as he got shouldered. That's Giesecke picking it up. Giesecke. I'm sorry, maybe that was Giesecke. No, Johnson is on the ice. All right. So many numbers. All right, wrapped around. Here's Johnson first to the puck. He tries to spin. He sent one, I think, towards the net off of somebody, and now just kept along the far boards. Johnson now out to Kuiper. Kuiper shot towards the net. Oh, we had Esch there screening and looking for any sort of deflection. Now New Prague sends one up, and Kuiper smartly back, gets it up and out of the zone quickly. Chesbo misses the dump in as New Prague was right in front of him. And now that's Kuiper battling right along the far boards. Puck pops out, and there's time. I missed the time even. So after two, your Sabres lead 3-0. Third period action about to get underway here after this commercial break.
One Hot and Ready Classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed!
They've changed, Balloon Bro.
You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed! Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza. All right. 17 seconds left in this intermission. Looks like after tonight, there's a whole bunch of practices. And then I think one of the final D6 games will be next Friday when your Sabres take on Waconia in Rink 2 here. That's Friday, February 13th at 6:30. Sabres take on district opponent Waconia. All right, there's the buzzer. Time has expired for the second intermission. That will be the final district game for your Sabres, taking on Waconia at home. Final game for Waconia as well in district play. So that's the next game up on tap. And then after that on Sunday the 15th, friendly scrimmage down at the Mayo Clinic Event Center, home of the Mankato State Mavericks in Mankato, where the Sabres take on Mankato. Bielke loses the puck on the far boards, gathered up by New Prague, now spun and stolen away by Culver. Culver, one-man show, steals it away again, and he's hard charging. He finds an angle. Culver, shot in on goal, rebound juicy there, but Sabres not able to collapse on that quick enough. There's Bielke in the corner, sent out and picked up by Candy Cane from New Prague. Lenke gets a stick on it. He's able to get it up and back out into neutral zone. Flom picks it up. Flom has it poked off his stick, but picked up by Culver. Culver shot in just a little bit wide. Bielke chases in the corner. Bielke looking to center. New Prague got their skates in the passing lane. Wrapped around to the near boards. Lenke surprises from the backside and able to keep it deep. He's got support of Flom. Bounced in, shot, and there's a cover. 12:02, delayed whistle by the referees as New Prague wanted a cover. All right, here's Erdal, Bravo, Lewis up front, Kuiper, and Giesecke back. New Prague able to get that up and out of the zone. Giesecke first back. He gets it back to neutral territory. Tapped off Bravo's stick and softly goes into the zone. Picked up once again by New Prague. New Prague wraps it around the far boards. And Erdal quickly over there pressuring, but New Prague found some open ice. And there was Giesecke interrupting the passing lanes. And now puck loose out front. Johnson down, makes the save. Now a shot goes wide. And Lewis on the far side looks to connect with Erdal, but instead New Prague able to hold the zone. Bouncing puck up high. Backhanded opportunity, can't get pulled off by New Prague. Lewis now picks that up. He's got Erdal. Lewis and Erdal's going for a change. Lewis all alone. Lewis gets it deep, gets tripped, and power play for your Sabres. And that's Bravo. Point blank shot is loose, and now power play upcoming for the Shakopee Sabres at 10:59 of the third period. All right, so your Sabres on the man advantage for the second time this game. Looks like we're going to have Johnson, Chesbo, Esch up front, Lenkeek, and Violet back at D for that power play unit. Esch sends it back to Violet. Violet swings it over to Lenkeek. Lenkeek has time, sends one in, shot just a little bit wide. Lots of bodies out front, so you never know who that would delect. Esch plays that up along the boards. Violet steps up, tries to play it deep into the zone. Chesbo races around the net, and now New Prague able to get that up. But Violet, hard charging, picks that up. Violet has to dig deep. He ties up the New Prague handler, and that comes in on net. Johnson forced to make a save shorthanded. New Prague battling hard. There, Violet plays it along the far or near boards. Sent in on net. Johnson with his leg pad sliding around makes that save. Esch picks that up. Esch looked up to look who was there. We lost net guard. Chesbo picks that up, and now Esch spins. He collects the puck. Esch looks to carry, and he feeds Johnson on yet another breakaway. Power play breakaway by Johnson. Johnson Shot, deflects up, rolled up the stick of the goaltender. Right on the stick of Ash, loose out front, still loose and gathered up by New Prague. 24 seconds left in this power play for the Sabres. Violet stepped up, disrupted the puck, but New Prague able to get that deep into the zone. Here is Lenke picking that up behind the goal line. He swings it around to Flom. Flom able to get around the defense of New Prague. Sabres 2-on-1. He centers over to Johnson. Johnson backhands it. It's loose out front and covered up by the New Prague goaltender with 1 second left on the power play. .9:29 left in this game. Ball over Flom and Bielke up front. There, New Prague is back at full strength. Bielke tried to get his feet in there, and now New Prague gets it up and hard charging back. There's Giesecke, no look backhanded pass, able to get it out of the zone quickly. Giesecke once again does that. Too many men almost. New Prague was close on that one as they were making a change behind the scenes. Puck bounces and chips up into the Sabre bench. All right, good clean win by Culver. He gets it to Giesecke, who gets tripped up on that. Bielke battling along the boards. New Prague able to flip that down deep into the zone. Hard charging is Kuiper. Kuiper first to the puck. He had to slow up to avoid a check. He's got support of Giesecke there. Now Kuiper gets it up around. Flom waiting for the puck. Puck pops up and over his stick, but over the New Prague stick as well. Culver hard charging. He reaches there first. Culver waiting for support, sends one towards the net, goes through the high point of the crease, and now up and out. Kuiper turns it over, and now New Prague marching in the other way. New Prague shot, score. Time of that New Prague goal, 8:24. Turnover in neutral ice, all of a sudden caused a 2-on-0 breakaway. Johnson covering that, but New Prague able to float one past his leg pads. Violet slaps one, knocks a stick out of the hands of New Prague. Now Erdahl picks that up. He's got Bravo to his left. Erdahl heads up play looking for Bravo. Now Lewis picks it up and tries to just dump it deep. He's successful. New Prague wraps it around. Lenke picks it up on the near boards, but it cops up and out. There's a hard charging Erdahl. Picks that up along the near boards. Where is it at here? All right, floats in neutral zone. It's just playing back and forth. New Prague able to pick that up. Shot in towards the net. Johnson down, and he elects to cover up and get his defense back to help support him. 7:45, the time of that whistle and cover. All right, sorry, cold. Tried to keep my nose clear, not coughing the microphone. Picked up by Violet. He backhands it towards the exit of the zone. Now carried out by New Prague, and offsides is the whistle at 7:37. Offsides was the whistle, so we're going to try that again. 7:34, 3 seconds off the clock. Giesecke plays it along the far boards. New Prague tries to center it in, but picked up by Kuiper. Kuiper having a great game so far today. Now headman passes up to Johnson. Johnson, shot. Oh, goaltender covered all the daylight, and New Prague picks that up. They try to skate ahead, deflects off of a skater's skate, and so stays into the zone. Now cleared up and out. Turned over by Chesbo. Chesbo marches in. He's got 4 black sweaters surrounding him. still able to keep the puck down deep. And now New Prague misses on a clearing opportunity. Chesbo gets a stick in there again, holds the zone. Chesbo gets it to Johnson. Johnson leaves it to Ash. Ash, Johnson, loose. Kuiper steps up into the play. He sends one in, deflects wide. Johnson behind the goal line picks the puck up. He tries to send it up and out to Giesecke. Giesecke has to step in deep and up to Johnson. Sabres need to keep an eye on the blue line as now New Prague picks that up. Deflects up off of Ash's stick. Chesbo, tried to dangle around. There, Ash bats one up to Johnson. Johnson got tied up as he threw a shot towards the net. Lots of pressure and luck by the Sabres. Kuiper able to redirect and thankfully cleared that away. New Prague picked it up once again. And now they send it down deep. 6:10 left in the game. Giesecke in. Giesecke, no, he's got a stick. Now he's stripped of the stick. And now picked up by Johnson. Johnson gets it up and out of the zone. Two Sabres tangled down deep. The rest of them go for a change, so we effectively have no one there for a second. Fresh on the ice is Bielke. Bielke gets up and around. He's got Culver up there as well. Now Kuiper makes a play for the puck, and New Prague turns it over. Shot towards the net. Goes wide as Johnson watches it. Violet misses a pass, and icing upcoming at 5:31 of the third period. All right, Culver wins that. Second effort, finally gets it back to Violet. Violet sends it up along the far boards. Shot saved by Johnson. Now cleared away by Lenkeek. Lenkeek keeps it to the outside and hard charging. That was Bielke picking it up. He gets it up and out of the zone. Bielke's got Flom there. Flom gets around. Flom bats one towards the net. Oh, that almost snuck through somehow. Goaltender down slow on his leg pads, but makes the save. Lenkeek strips the puck. He's got the support of Flom in the corner. Lenkeek throws one right through the crease. Doesn't hit off anybody, and so now Bielke picks it up on the far boards. Bielke able to get that. New Prague hard on the puck. Now goes back deep. Flom first to the puck with one New Prague defender on him. And New Prague carries that up and out of the zone. Crosses center ice. He's on his backhand now. He looks to turn to his backhand. Shot way up over the net. Flom back behind, playing defense. Now shoves it up towards Lenkeek. And now Culver able to deflect it up, but not quite out of the zone. Now the puck gets up and out of the zone. Flom tries to catch up to it. Now he does. He's got the support of Culver. Pushed off the puck and gathered up by New Prague. Flom still back checking hard. Makes a swat at it. Careful not to get a penalty. And now New Prague carries. Loses it at the line. Flom and Lewis connect to cover or to take away that opportunity. There's Kuiper now swiping at it. And Culver spins and loses it in between his feet. Now backhands it up and out of the zone, forcing New Prague to retreat. They're good at the line. And now to Giesecke. Giesecke finds Erdahl on the far side. New Prague was changing a D. Trip upcoming on Erdahl. So Sabres going on a power play as Erdahl drew that penalty. So Sabres going on the man advantage at 3:24 of the third period. Good drawing the penalty by Erdahl. Kept his feet moving and went down, and that got the ref's arm up in the air. All right, 6 minutes on the ice clock, 3:24 left on the game clock. So it looks like we're going to get a full game in here. New Prague able to find that angle and get it up and out of the zone. Now picked up by Bravo. Oh, Bravo, one-man show, able to get there. Oh, now left for Erdahl. Erdahl tries to march in, and now out to Giesecke. Giesecke sends one in off a body and just a little bit wide. Sabres with the man advantage. Kuiper can't reach up to it. Wrapped around, and Kuiper has to battle hard. He gets back, and now with the help of Giesecke and the help of Erdahl, They were able to get it to the blue line, but not out. Bouncing puck goes in on net. Johnson forced to spin and turn as that puck came in quickly. There, Lewis bats it up ahead, and he's going for a chase. We could have a 3-on-1 if we catch up to it. Now Lewis gets taken down at neutral ice. 2:34 left in the game. And now out to Kuiper. Kuiper just goes to the far corner. Smart play, keep it down there. Lewis bats it. Oh, he's got Bravo waiting on the back door. Spin. Bravo sends one in on net, and now Kuiper picks it up. Kuiper steps in, sends one towards the net, and goalie's blocker down on that as it hits the leg pad. Stoppage of play at 2:13 with 19 seconds left in the Sabre power play. All right, played out, right between our defense. That'll basically do the power play. Sabres good at the line. Violet heads up play to look, make sure we're tagged up, and he sends it in deep. Now deflects off a few bodies. Lenkeek able to hold his own. Chesbo gets spun around as he tried to corral that puck. And now Prague back at full strength, so the power play is up for the Sabres. Esch spun around, able to get the puck at least to the outside. 1:41 left in the game. Now Violet tries to chip one up through a few people. Can't get through, but Chesbo feeds to Johnson. Johnson once again on a breakaway. Johnson shot loose out front, and a quick, smart cover by New Prague's goaltender. Johnson almost stuffed another one home. 1:28 left in the third period. Oliver Johnson has had a lot of looks tonight. And one stolen away from him by the referees. All right, there's Culver at the faceoff dot. New Prague tries to control it. They get it up to the line, now out. They dump it in, 1:16 and counting. Culver back to meet. He's got the support of Lenkeek there. Along the goal, behind the goal. Someone fell. Sabres come out with it. Oh, Culver tried to leave it. Sent up ahead by Bielke. And now played up ahead. Here is, Bielke. I don't know who that was back there. Bielke marching ahead. He's got Flom to his left. Bielke looked to center, just out of the reach of Flom. Flom angles to catch up to it. Able to hold his own. Less than a minute remains in the game. And now up and out. And Violet able to redirect the puck so it floats right at the red line. Culver dumps it deep smartly. 37 seconds left in the game. Wrapped around the boards. Now picked up by New Prague on the near boards. They lose the puck and stays at center ice. Now they're able to get it in. They dump it deep, 21 seconds. Puck angles off the end boards. Picked up now by Violet. Violet and Lenkeek kind of tangled there behind the net. There, Lenkeek taps it to the side. Violet popped right out front. Oh, that went off somebody. Did that go off the dangler of Brody? I'm not sure. We'll call that a save. That was a crucial save. Bielke throws one in, and there's the buzzer. Your Sabres take down the New Prague Trojans 3-1 in district play with 1 to go before playoffs. Great outing by the whole team. Lincoln Anderson, perfect in net. Brody Johnson, nearly perfect as it just floated past his pad. And Sabres put 21 shots on goal to New Prague 16, but the final score 3-1. Your Sabres take the W.